Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm for my little Thursday chat, my thrifty and thriving chat. And my cup today looks like Christmas, but it's because it's so cold and so snowy outside. I didn't know it was gonna snow today, but it's just like that light, crazy, blowy snow with, well, we're up to 11 degrees. Woohoo, it's a heat wave. Name is Renee. And if this is your first time here, I like to do videos on canning and vintage recipes and cooking and baking and keeping a pantry and a budget. And this year, I'm focusing on being thrifty and thriving, because I think no matter what stage of life you're in, being thrifty and thriving is a good thing to do. And it helps you to focus, and I'm being more diligent with it. And even though life's throwing me curveballs this month, I just keep catching them, and I'm trying to keep the positive attitude. So today what I'm doing is a thriving video. And a couple of weeks ago, I talked about thriving and how I needed to get out more socially, because when I'm not at work, my part-time job, I'm home and I love it here, but I'm not doing the things I used to do because my job was very social and I was out in the public and I saw people. So other than going to church, I wasn't doing things. And I think part of thriving is having new experiences and making new friendships and just trying new things. Today's thriving talk is going to talk about doing things. But one of my viewers mentioned that it was good that I was, doing things on my own, trying to think of things for me personally, socially, but I needed to focus on my husband too. And I thought, well, that's true. I mean, and we do. We spend a lot of time together. We do things, but not necessarily always fun things. I mean, we do fun things, but we're not good about having a schedule and keeping it going. Does that make sense? It just happens, and it might be just going to Tractor Supply and getting bird food for our chickens, but we still have a good time and we laugh. So I looked up ideas on like date nights, but I want to be thrifty, so I want to keep it like under the $20 mark, $25 mark, or free even. And some of the ideas were not ones that really applied for the kind of weather we're having right now. There's some for summer and spring and fall, and I'll share those as we do them too. But I came up with some ideas that I'm going to give Jim his choice. He gets a choice. But there are some things, and I looked on Facebook. Okay, I've looked on Facebook for events and looked on different websites, checked out the library, and just done some Googling and just trying to get some ideas for some fun things. And, I also figured out and learned and feel that a date can be at home too. So I'm going to tell you my ideas. So here are the ideas, and I'm going to present them to my husband, and I'll report back on which one he wants to do first. The first idea is a stay-at-home one, and it's going to be a game night. We have board games, and we bring them out occasionally when the kids are here, but we haven't done that in a long time. So if we sat at the table and had a board game that we played, and with conversation and laughs and some snacks, so the money would go towards some snacks that we wouldn't normally do, whether it's pizza or like Jim likes, whether it's pizza or some frozen things, the ingredients to make some snacks. That would be one of the nights. And we have like Monopoly, and we have, I just drew a blank on the one with the trains that go, Ticket to Ride. That's a really fun game. And we haven't played it in several years. So I thought that would be a fun one. We could sit at our table and have it different than just having dinner, sitting down and grabbing something. So the first thing is a game night, and it will be a planned event where there's no getting out of it. It's going to be fun, and we're going to do it. The other idea I had is in the town near us, there is a retro pinball arcade. And I thought we could go there and play pinball like what we used to do when we were young, both of us. And then go across the street, there's a Big Boy restaurant, and go and have dessert. And we could have dessert there for under $20, no problem. And I think that would be fun. We would have fun playing the games and lots of laughs, and then go and have nice conversation and have, you know, something special to eat. And there was another idea that I really liked, and I know Jim would like to do it too. There is a candlelight walk, snowshoe, or cross-country event at a local state park, and they're going to have it candlelit and have a bonfire and have s'mores and hot cocoa. It is the same day as our grandson's first birthday, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but I'm going to mention it if he wants to do the party, and then if we can still go there, I'm all for that. And it's free. You just need to have your state park pass, and we do have that. We have a state park pass. So that would be fun. And I hope maybe they'll do it in February even. They keep doing other events, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. And state parks, in Michigan anyway, are a great resource for activities, the county park. So nature center we have here locally. So look at those kind of places in your area too for fun activities. And then here's another idea I'm going to present to Jim is town near us is having a winter's farmer market one day, and it's not going to be huge. It's going to be in the Welcome Center. So I think there's probably like 15 vendors, but there's some really cool vendors. And I thought we could go there, and there's a coffee shop in town, and go have a coffee afterwards. And it's just a nice drive along the lake shore, and he would enjoy that. So those were the ideas I had for the next few weeks coming up. I'm going to have him pick one, and I'll report back on what he decided to do. But, look into your community for what events and activities. Go to a nearby town that you haven't really been to and explore it. Go to a little diner, and like I said, you can share an appetizer, you can have a dessert. It doesn't have to be a full-blown expensive meal, just being together. I also thought about doing, and maybe later I'll do it, like a vintage movie night with popcorn and, fun snacks like that. We like watching old movies, so that would be fun, but the game night kind of appeals to me more. So the idea is to do something fun and something out of the ordinary that you don't normally do, and have fun with your partner. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It's just spending time, and doing something that you don't normally do is a great way of thriving and living life and enjoying life. You don't have to spend hundreds on a meal or go far distances or anything. It can be in your own backyard. So that's my plan, is I'm gonna have thrifty date nights to thrive. And we're gonna plan the first one, and my vote is for the game night or the arcade. Those are I think the two that will probably appeal to him the most. I'm not sure if the farmer's market will, but I'm gonna offer it. So give me some ideas down below what you like to do for a date night. The viewer who mentioned this to me said that I think it was her daughter and son-in-law, they have an empty nest now, and they're doing like dance lessons on TV, so like in their own living room, and they have lots of fun and laughs. There's lots of things we can do to thrive as a couple, and let's share the ideas, because one of the best things I think about these Thursday Thrifty and Thriving videos are what I learn from you, because the ideas have been great. So I'll report back on what we do and give you some little pictures of it too. And thank you for joining me today for Thrifty and Thriving. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.